You're here because you probably want to have the strongest and the best Necromancer inside of Diablo Immortal. Well, that's what I wanted too, and after speaking to Ben, who brought us our whale guide just a few days ago, I put a new build together with some of his advisement, and oh my god, this build is incredible. I have to take you through it here today. We're going to start off with our primary attack. Primary attack, you could really choose either one. Yeah, I'm going with Soulfire. I prefer that one at this point in time, which is crazy because I never did before. Then we're going with our Command Golem, Command Skeletons, Skeletal Mage, and yes, the change here is Dark Curse. Now, this is a build that I'm using in PvE, which is what I frequent inside of Diablo Immortal. But it's not just the skills that are so important here. We have to dive into the actual gear that we're wearing, and then we have to dive into our set items as well. Following that, I'm going to give you guys an example of how this melts mobs literally in seconds. So let's go on right here. We're going to start out with our headpiece. We're using the Mirror Rictus. This is going to, and the gems that I have in there don't really matter. Of course, you want to try and get a Blood-Soaked Jade and a Seeping Bile. Those are probably the two best ones. But if you don't have them, just go for things that'll give you damage. I can give you another gem guide in another day. But here, this is going to make your skeletal champions skeletal archers instead. Then Command Skeletons damage is increased by 18%. Skeletal archers are the strongest way for you to get damage out of your Command Skeletons. It's essentially what I'm going to use in most of the builds that I make for my Necro. Then we have a chest piece, and this one doesn't matter because this one is going to be doing something for Wrath Form. It doesn't give me any skills that I need, or it doesn't buff any of the skills that I actually use. So really the chest piece doesn't really matter too much. It's not something you need to focus on or worry about. Wear the one that you think looks the best. All right, then we're wearing the Black Cavalcade. And this one right here, Skeletal Mage damage is increased by 5% each time you defeat an enemy, up to a maximum of 30%. Skeletal Mage cooldown is reduced by 3.6%. This one you could change up as well. I personally love this because when you throw out your Skeletal Mage, a lot of times she'll take down small enemy after small enemy, and then you could stack up to the max of 30% extra damage. That's massive. So when you have the big hordes, that's when you get that damage buff that you need. That's the one that I prefer, or at least the one that I'm preferring right now. Onto the pants, guided by maggots. This one is important. Let's take a look over here. Curse of the Dead. Now, this is what changes Dark Curse and makes this build insane. Dark Curse no longer decreases enemy vision, instead causing your minions within the area to frenzy, increasing their attack and movement speeds. Plus, Dark Curse's cooldown is reduced by 7.2%. I'm going to dive deeper into that in just a minute so you can know how much of a frenzy they actually get. So just stick around. We also are using Desolatoria. This is going to be making my Golem into a Molten Golem. It's going to increase the damage by 18%. I'll probably swap this. I will possibly swap this for the Poison Golem when I unlock that. I haven't unlocked it yet, but this is really nice. And then I personally went with the Beacon of the Lead. This one right here, the Beacon of the Lead. Command Golem's damage is increased by 19%. So we're back with a build that's really buffing the Command Golem. But check this out, 19% there. We got 18% in the Golem here. We're like 37 or so percent increased on my Golem, plus all the other buffs. Now let's take a look over here. Can I see it over here? No, we got to go over to this screen. And let's go to our skills. Now I'm going to show you how this works. So essentially right here, our Command Golem, check this out. Molten Golem and the increased attack. Cool. We have the increased damage on the Skeletal Archer plus my charm. Cool. We have the Skeletal Mage getting that buff, the 5% maximum of 30% extra damage from our shoulders, but this is the kicker right here. So typically, Dark Curse is going to curse all enemies, dealing almost 15,000 damage over 6 seconds and greatly reducing their vision. But now it no longer reduces their vision. Instead, the frenzy, it's an increase of attack speed of 40% and their movement speed by 40%. So this means your spawns are going to be going 40% faster than they were before. Your golem that's dealing already 37% more damage is going to be dealing more damage because he's attacking so much more fast. Same with those archers, which are dropping some crazy damage, and your mage, which is taking down a ton. This is from the legs, plus the cooldown is 7.2%. So instead of using the bone armor where I would get bone spikes and the cooldown would be like 20 seconds or so, this is about half of that. So I could use it a lot more. But I mentioned that it wasn't just about that we also have to look at our set items, because there are 2 sets that I like to use here. I'm using a 4-piece set of Shepherd's Call to Wolves. This is going to give my summons a 15% more damage buff. What? On top of the 37 from the golem alone, another 15 on top of that. We're looking at 50-something% increase in damage. Then we're getting a crit chance increase by 3% for each of your summons, up to a maximum of 18%. So man, I'm getting so much more crit damage possibility as well. Now, why didn't I go with the 3-piece? Your summons enter a frenzied state for 12 seconds each time one of them gets a critical hit. And the reason for this is this can't happen more than 40 seconds. Remember, I am getting that frenzied state from Dark Curse. So I feel that getting this final one, it would be great. I don't like how it's only every 40 seconds, and I already am getting a frenzy. Now, we have another set that we are using. There's another Shepherd's Call to the Wolves. We're also using Grace of the Flagellant. I only go for the first set piece right here because we're wearing, 2 pieces. You get the first unlock. All continual damage, channel damage, and persistent ground damage is increased by 15%. We're like 75% up on damage for our minions, for our spawns, and this is just so much damage. And it's so fun to use. Now, luckily, I have right in front of me here a little mob with some blues right there. Check out how quickly I get this taken down. We're going to go over here. I'm going to drop in the I'm going to golem, boom, boom, and then here, Dark Curse. Just completely gone. I didn't even use a primary attack. Let's try that again. Actually, we don't have our Dark Curse just yet, so we just go in with the 2 spawns. I always am going to try and hold Dark Curse for when there's like a blue or a yellow or something like that. And actually, I just didn't. Okay, there we go. Cool. They went down easy. Now we have more blues. I'm going to just wait a second. Uh-oh, everything, I just lost it all. Now, boom, boom. I'm going to go there. No golem in this, by the way. The golem is resetting. And we're still able to take this down nice and easy without even our golem, which we've invested 2 pieces into. And yes, when we find an experience thing, we're going to go grab that every single time. We'll take blues all day long. Let's just complete this right over here, take down a bunch more enemies. You can just watch how quickly, just watch how fast everything attacks. Shreds anything in its path. It's crazy strong. And it's crazy fun, and it's probably one of the most AFK ways that you could play. You just kind of drop your stuff, you drop Dark Curse over top, and you're good to go. Not even using Dark Curse right here, they just took everything down so quickly. Now, if I could run into like a purple or something that's, let me see if I could find something here. And also kind of kite everything together. Show you how fast we can get this all taken down. Here we go. Dark Curse over. Remember, you're also getting the damage from Dark Curse as well, from any of the enemies that go inside of the Dark Curse. So really, you're getting a lot there also. And it looks like we are going to be able to fight something a little bit bigger here, which is nice. Just going to clear the path. I'm going to make sure that all my spawns are up and ready to go, because we want to make sure that you could get the full effect. Let me clear out over here. I'm not using any of my my skills right now. I want my golem to be up and ready, just so you can take a peek. Now this works amazing on dungeon bosses as well. Really shreds them up, and it doesn't have much to do at all with the gems that you're using. All right, here we go. Berithus is about to feel the wrath. All right, here we go. Golem, all of our skills, Dark Curse on top, Golem again, boom, a little bit of shooting from far behind, done. Check that out. So fast. This build is my favorite. I absolutely love it, and I've been messing with a lot of different builds on the Necromancer. Let me know what you think of the build, and if you plan on trying this out. And once you do try it out because you realize it's a great idea, come back and let me know how you like it in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe, because I have live streams and videos every single day, and I'll see you in the next one.